haven't recorded in a while. It feels weird. Monthly video, baby. Let's go. Hey everybody, welcome back to the YouTube channel I kind of abandon every month. So, a deck I actually kind of like and have liked since its inception. I think it was actually one of the first videos I've ever made, like, period. I think it was a TikTok I made. Was Gishki. Back when the new Gishki wave was announced, I think it was Photon Ivanova, I made a Gishki sprite list, because that back then, the link to sprite, I fucking forgot what it's called, the one that can reborn a guy, was still legal, and then you could do this really fun interaction where it was like, Grim, summon out Abyss, add a guy. Link them both off for the link to summon back Abyss, add the other guy. Overlay Abyss plus. Then you can summon out the ritual monster, and then, yeah, it does stuff, I think. Well, since they banned that one link too, I forgot the name of, Gishki kind of fell off the face of the earth. Until now, nothing changed. I just want to play the deck. Gishki Core. So, I guess I should stop just yapping and get on with the list. Alright, first of all, we have the Gishkis. We have 3 Grimace. Ritual summon exactly 1 ritual monster. You can use that as the entire requirement, and if it's normal or special summon, you can dispatch summon out of a Gishki from your deck, except another copy itself, and also you can only declare attacks with ritual monsters for the rest of the turn, which really fucks up a lot of your lethal lines, especially because this is your main starter, which, really means that you're just gonna be, like, looking your opponent dead in the eyes and passing them, like, Narrowman's Pass, the majority of the time. But, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Next up, we have 2 copies of Gishki Abyss. When it's summoned, you get to add a Gishki monster with 1,000 or less defense from your deck to your hand. That is not a once per turn, and it can miss timing. What a fucking good card. Pretty much the idea is you're just kind of looping this. You can loop it like 2 to 3 times a turn, based on like how many you want to, and the reason we're on 2 is just so that we just don't brick on it. Alright, then we have the search targets for that. We have Vision and Shadow. Pretty much these 2 are exactly the same. They can be treated as exactly like the full requirement for just a Gishki monster ritual summon, the same as this guy. And they can each just discard themselves in order to search out like a ritual monster or a ritual spell, kind of like the Necros archetype. Vision adds a ritual spell, Shadow adds a ritual monster. Speaking of which, we have the ritual monster and ritual spell. We have the Gishki Narrowman's. I've never had to read that name until now because I just refer to it as whale. It can be ritual summoned for any Gishki ritual spell, and when it is ritual summoned, you can target a water monster in your graveyard and just special summon it to your field. This is really nice for just setup combos. This is normally how you summon out the Gishki Abyss for like the 3rd time. Or if you have like the Abyss Shark in rotation, you can use it in order to summon back the Shadow in order to make a rank 4, normally Bahamut Shark. But that's not all I can do. It's also immune to being destroyed by battle by monsters summoned from the extra deck, and once per turn, when your opponent activates a monster effect, you can just return a Gishki ritual monster you control to the hand. Normally this one, we're only on 1, it's the only target. To the hand and negate that activation, then shuffle that card into the deck. Really powerful interaction. Really not worth what we have to do to summon it out. Alright, so it's really hard to actually get the material on field, like the, 10 levels on field in order to actually summon this guy out. In a simple 1-card combo. So a majority of the time you're going to have to search out Photo Mirror, which doesn't require you to tribute monsters. Instead, it can be used to ritual summon any Gishki ritual monster, but you have to pay life points equal to that monster's level times 500 after it resolves. Normally meaning you're paying like 5,000 life points to summon out a Narrowman's, which means you're losing in time pretty much every fucking game. So, it also means you're, like, just susceptible to just getting, like, evenly matched. No, evenly matched makes them skip the battle phase. If they can out your board, they can pretty easily just put 3k on board. Alright, then here we have kind of a flex spot. Aqua Mirror Illusion. It allows you to smash summon a Gishki ritual from your hand, but it cannot attack and is returned to the hand during the end phase. This is because Narrowman's is a soft once per turn, so if you just, like, return it to the hand, you can then resummon it with Illusion. And the way we search it out is with Aqua Mirror. Focused Aqua Mirror has the effect to add a Gishki monster from your deck to your hand. That is not a once per turn, might I add, so you can just kind of keep doing that, kind of like a Medallion of the Ice Barrier. Kind of fitting, these are both really shit archetypes. And then during the end phase, if you control a water ritual monster, you can banish it from your graveyard and then set a Aquamarine spell trap directly from your deck. So the idea is like if you opened this, you can just activate it, and then during the end phase, you get to set the illusion. Yay. And from here, we have a couple sharks. We have Abyss Shark and Minairuka. Alright, the reason we're on these guys is so that we can actually just make a Toad. That's pretty much all they do. It's either that or a Stealth Dragon. The end boards in this deck are really weak. You're normally just ending on like Namaramus, this fucking whale thing, plus a Bubble Reef, and then just pausing, and then hoping you draw hand traps. So having the ability to make like a Toad or something is just so much better. Just having that one extra piece of interaction is just good. And the reason we're on Minairuka is because it's just nice utility. Because Minairuka can chain itself to, Coral Anemone, or like the, Grimace, in order to summon itself from hand, which also chain blocks for you. Also, from memory, Silent Angler has a restriction on it. I forgot what the restriction on Silent Angler is, I just remember it kind of locks out this deck. You cannot special summon monsters from the hand, yeah, that locks you out of ritual summoning, so... I mean, you can always summon it after you've ritual summoned. Anyway, other than that, we have a Turbia Tuneful Princess, banishes itself, summons a level 4 lower fish. Grimace is a fish, summons itself. 1 for 1, gets to be a Tuneful, gets to Grimace. Pretty self-explanatory. The reason we're on the third one, the 1 for 1 instead of the third Tuna, is because it's just an extender. That's it, it's just an extender. We don't have a lot of those. Alright, next up, the rest of the deck is just non-engine. The engine's really small, especially when you consider it's only like these 13 cards up here, then like the additional 7 here. So you'd have a lot of room for non-engine. And the non-engine I've chosen is 2 Tactics Talents, free Ash, free Veiler, Mourner, free Impalm, Bell, Droll, Ghost Ogre, Nib, Cold Buy, and then free Crossout. We're on all the, we're on Crossout because, you know, we have a lot of non-engine. Also, this deck loses to any hand trap thrown its way. It's really bad. It's not a good deck. Other than that, we have the extra deck. Typhon, Bahamut Shark, Stealth Kraken, the Stealth Kraken Spawn, Toad, 2 Bubble Reef, Zeolantis, Marbled Rock, 2 Coral Anemone, SP Little Knight, Abyss Keeper, and Haggard Lizardo. Is that his name? Lizardos. Well, with that, let's just get into the games. Oh shit, no, 1 card combo, whoops. Alright. 1 card combo time, baby. We're going to start off with Grimace. Grimace will be normal summon, and then we're going to summon out the Abyss. Abyss effect will then go search out either Shadow or Vision. Here we're just going to go grab Shadow. Summon out an Anemone. Anemone will summon back the Abyss. Abyss will then go grab me a Vision. Link those two off for the Coral Triangle. The Marbled Rock, my bad. Fucking wrong guy. We'll then just activate both effects of these two in hand. We'll then go grab out the Photo Mirror and the Big Whale. We'll pay 5,000, summon out Whale. Whale will summon back the copy of Abyss. Abyss will search out another copy of Grimace for next turn, and then we will link those two off for a copy of Bubble Reef. So the 1 card combo in this deck is pretty much just... what is this? It's a, monster effect. It's a monster effect negate and a very bad heat soul. Fucking... we can accomplish all this with just 1 card starter. Fucking eat your heart out, Snake Eye Ash. Alright, here we have pretty much the best of all possible worlds. We've drawn pretty much a perfect hand. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention it. I was on a free draw at the time. Yeah, free draw. I ended up cutting down to make room for, I think it was more Veilers. But, you know, it'd do like that. Yeah, but this is pretty much best of all possible worlds. Other than this being like the focused Aquamarine, yeah, no, we're pretty much just golden. One problem though, that our opponent's going first. Their hand looks honestly killer, except we have draw. So they're going to normal summon the Songstress, we're going to chain the Impalm. Our opponent will then go for the Chimera Fusion, fusing away the chain and the, what is this fucking thing called? Gazelle, in order to make the Chimera. They will then get to activate all 3 of these effects. Chimera is going to rip a card out of our hand during the end phase. If it rips Grimace, we lose on the spot. So, we just gotta pray. Anyway, they'll get to add a Patchwork and also go grab the Nightmare Apprentice on resolution. We will be drawing them though. They'll add the Chimera Fusion back to hand though, which will allow them to make a copy of the Guardian Chimera during our turn. Anyway, they'll then just summon out Nightmare Apprentice by pitching the Patchwork. I think they're just threatening like the pop 3 here. They'll then set their Chimera Fusion, and they rip the talents out of our hands. Thank fuck, maybe we needed the starter and extender. Anyway, I think we do just lose to Guardian Chimera though, and hey look, it's a card to counter Guardian Chimera, let's fucking go! Anyway, we're gonna normal summon out the Grimace, Grimace will then summon out the Abyss, we'll then use the Abyss effect in order to go grab out the Shadow. We'll then use the Abyss Shark, summoning itself out, then go grabbing a Midnight Ruka, we'll then summon the Coral Enemy, summoning back Abyss, chaining the Midnight Ruka to it. And we will then use the Abyss in order to go grab Vision. We will then pitch Shadow in order to go grab the Mirror, pitch Vision in order to go grab Whale. Link all of those off for a copy of Bubble Reef. They will then chain the Chimera Fusion to our Photo Mirror. They will then summon out the Guardian Chimera. We will pay off 5,000 for the Big Ass Whale. Big Ass Whale will then target the Shadow Engraven, attempting to make a Toad. They will then attempt to activate the effective Guardian Chimera, and we can ash that, unfortunate buddy. We will then be summoning back the Shadow, we will then overlay these two for a copy of Stealth Kraken. I think here I just kind of wanted, what was it? A bit more removal, just like that 1 per turn pop just really comes up. Anyway, from here we will then enter the battle, no wait, we're just going to pop that Kraken real quick. We'll then enter the battle phase, forget that that thing is battle protection. And because we summon the fucking whale this turn, we can't, attack off anything but ritual monsters. This deck is so fucking good. Anyway, they'll attempt to use the effect of this here Chimera in Graveyard in order to summon back a guy. I don't know, I wasn't paying attention, it was one of them. We will negate that with the copy of Nemesis. And then during the... Alright, now during the standby phase, we get to draw a card with the copy of Bubble Reef. There we'll go for the Typhon. We will chain the Stealth Kraken. And, yeah, no, that's all she wrote. Alright, for this one we have Ancient Gear, the FTK deck versus the deck that doesn't do shit. Alright, so our hand looks alright, it looks decent, not gonna lie. We drew the wrong stuff. We drew Abyss. Isn't the end of the world, we can actually still go off with Abyss. It's like a... It's more of a 2-card thing, as long as we can do Coral Enemy, we can still do it, but... And hey look, we have the 2-card starter. We're going to add Shadow, we can then summon out the Abyss, we're then going to add the Midnight Ruka, link off the Coral Enemies, try summoning back the Shot. Did I not remember? Does he know? I don't think he knows. For fuck's sake, Logan. Oh no, he didn't know. We're just going to go for Stealth Kraken's pass, you know what? It's good enough. Set the Impermanent Crossout, and we're just going to pass turn. Alright, they're going to summon out the statue, and then they're going to normal summon out this here copy of Wyvern. We can't let that resolve, because, Ancient Gear Golems are very scary. Yeah, we're going to Imperm that, and then they're going to chain the statue, summoning out the Golem that we just tried so hard to prevent. They're then going to activate the regulars, targeting the statue. I'm having a stroke. We'll then chain Kraken, destroying the Golem, so that way they can't just walk over us, and also because they're probably going to negate that. Alright, so Ancient Gear Golem gets destroyed, and then they will pause. Jesus Christ, I just pressed pause like 5 times. They will then activate Talons. I'll cross out declaring Talents. They will then regulars negate that. Then they'll link everything off for an SP. Actually, no, I think they stole my Coral. No, they didn't. Anyway, Coral and Enemy. The SP will banish my Coral and Enemy, and then we will just draw for turn. It is a copy of Shadow. Oh no, well, this is an FTK deck after all, so I think the game's pretty much lost. They'll normal summon the command, and they'll just enter battle and hit me for 21. Why? Oh, we drew the Ash Blossom. Alright, set that pass. I mean, if they can't, okay, they drew the Ancient Gear Fusion. That's pretty much all she wrote. They can just summon out one of the... What is it? Yeah, they're on all the big guys as well. They can just summon out, with this fucking thing. It can make... Yeah, at least, 2 to 3 times... Attack 2 to 3 times. I think this does piercing. It doesn't do piercing, goddamn. They also have Tanker. They have 2 Tanker, actually. So, this should just be all she wrote. Then I'm going to activate the Ancient Gear Fusion, because this Ancient Gear Golem is, in fact, the only one in their deck. Anyway, now they have it back on field, they now have the perfect opportunity to just use it, and they're not going to use it. They're going to use the effective commander to summon out the Tanker for Pan instead. They're going to use that effective Tanker Contributing Commander, raising these two to 119, then overlaying for Merrymaker, which still is a problem. If they make the rank 8 Springans, that still can get over the Ash Blossom, which is currently the biggest problem. But they're not. They're just going to enter the battle phase and walk headfirst into it with SP Little Knight. I'm gonna have a stroke. The ancient Gear Golem player is struggling to FTK me. They couldn't get over the Ash Blossom. Oh. Anyway, we drew another Ash. I'm just gonna keep that one in hand. They're gonna tag out with Merrymaker for no reason. Anyway, they drew another statue. This should be all they wrote. Except I have an Ash in hand, so never mind. Right, now they're gonna rank up into the Sargas. Walk into the Ash, walk into me with the SP Little Knight. I'm gonna draw for turn. It's a focused Aqua Mirror. Okay, this is actually... Alright, so the first, 5 turns-ish, we have had 0 chance of winning. Now I'd say it's like a 25%. Alright, we're gonna use that in order to go grab out a Grimace. We're going to Grimace. Grimace will be getting banished, but that doesn't really matter because we have the talents in hand. We will summon out the Abyss. Abyss will then go grab me another copy of Grimace. We will then use the effect of talents in order to draw 2 cards, set the Impalm. Hey look! It's the perfect out for the SP Little Knight. Let's fucking go! We're just gonna find a way to trigger it during our turn, and I think Grimace is good enough. They draw Ancient Gear Town for turn, and then they're gonna set that. That's neat. They're just gonna clear over our board, and they're going to pass it back. We're going to draw for turn. It's the Ash, so we're gonna normal summon Grimace. They will chain the SP Little Knight. We will chain the Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit in hand. Fuck yeah, it feels good to win. We're gonna summon out the Vision from deck. We are then going to take that copy of Sargas with the talents. At this point in the deck, I didn't have the fucking SP Little Knight in deck, so I made Curlin enemy, summon back Abyss. There's no, actually no, there is a legal target, it's the third Grimace. Enter battle phase, enter main phase 2, I forgot, we are currently locked into Ritual Monster Attacks, yay! Linked everything up for a copy of Zealantis, and then passed it back to our opponent. They draw another Ancient Gear Fusion, pass it back, we draw for turn, it's an Impalm, we normal summon Grimace, enter the battle phase, hit him for 31, set the second Impalm, pass it back to them, they get Catapult, they activate Catapult going to destroy Gear Town. Very bad for me, except I drew the Ash at the perfect time, last turn, and then they just concede, because, what the fuck are they gonna do? I can get them to exactly 100 life points next turn, Jesus. So we're back with the deck, and gambling fucking works, baby! If you just draw the best hand every time, you win every time. It's that fucking simple. Just draw Grimshake, Shark, Impalm, Ash, Crossout. It's that fucking easy, baby. Let's fucking go!